Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I am Uzma Jafri. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Friday, the 26th of October. 2 militants killed in encounter in India's Jammu and Kashmir. UN designated terrorist Hafiz Saeed's outfits no longer in terror list. And Sikhs in northern India celebrate birth anniversary of spiritual leader. And now for all the details. At least 2 militants were killed in an encounter in Sopore town of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province on Friday. The encounter between security forces and militants broke out after a cordon and search operation was launched on receiving specific information about the presence of terrorists in the area.
At least 2 militants were killed in an encounter in Sopore town of Baramulla district in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province on Friday. The gunfight broke out after a joint search operation was launched by the Army, India's paramilitary Central Reserve Police Force and local police on Thursday evening, following inputs about presence of militants in the area. One personnel was also killed in the initial crossfire.
एक स्पेसिफिक इन्फॉर्मेशन पे कल शाम को एक ऑपरेशन लॉन्च हुआ था फजलपुरा एरिया में, जो कि आपको यहाँ से तकरीबन 4-5 किलोमीटर की दूरी पे है. आर्मी, सीआरपीएफ और पुलिस ने लॉन्च किया था. रात को ही कांटेक्ट हुआ था मिलिटेंट्स के साथ और अभी जाके सर्च ऑपरेशन ख़त्म हुआ है, जिसमें 2 डेड बॉडीज़ अनआइडेंटिफाइड मिलिटेंट्स के रिकवर हुई हैं. 2 AK राइफल्स भी रिकवर हुई हैं. बाकी भी काफ़ी आर्म्स एम्युनिशन रिकवर हुआ है.
This comes a day after 2 terrorists were killed in an encounter in the district on Thursday. 4 other militants were also killed in a separate encounter in Arwani area of Anantnag district of the province. The slain militants are yet to be identified.
In news from Pakistan, globally designated terrorists Hafiz Saeed's Jamaat-ud-Dawa and Falahi-Insaniyat Foundation are no longer in the list of banned outfits after a presidential ordinance that prohibited them lapsed. The organizations were proscribed under the ordinance promulgated by Pakistan's former President Mamnoon Hussain early this year under a UN resolution.
United Nations designated terrorists Hafiz Saeed's Jamaat-ud-Dawa or JUD and Falahi-Insaniyat Foundation or FIF are no longer in the list of banned outfits after a presidential ordinance that prohibited them under a UN resolution lapsed. JUD and FIF were proscribed under the ordinance promulgated by the Pakistan's former President Mamnoon Hussain earlier this year, amending the Anti-Terrorism Act 1997. The globally designated terrorist had then challenged the ordinance, claiming that it was against the constitution of Pakistan. The presidential ordinance under the UN resolution lapsed after Islamabad High Court said the ban is no longer effective as the ordinance was not extended by the current government. Hafiz Saeed, who is also the co-founder of Lashkar-e-Taiba terror group, is blamed by the US and India for 2008 Mumbai attacks that killed 166 people, including 6 Americans. He, however, denies any role in the attacks. India also accuses Pakistan of sheltering the UN-designated terrorist Saeed.
Moving on. Director of a Europe-based think tank, Junaid Qureshi, has said Pakistan is plundering resources from the regions it occupied illegally years ago. Qureshi expressed concern over the construction of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor project and diversion of the Neelam River in the regions and said that the local people will get nothing out of it.
Junaid Qureshi, a Kashmiri activist and director of the European Foundation for South Asian Studies or EFSAS, has said Pakistan is under water and power crisis, and that is why plundering resources from the regions it occupied illegally years ago. Qureshi, while expressing concern over the construction of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor or CPEC project and diversion of the Neelam River in its administered Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan, said the people of these regions will get nothing out of it.
The diversion of the Neelam River makes it very clear. Pakistan is struggling under a water crisis. Not for now, they have a power crisis. The diversion of the Neelam river makes it very clear that it's about the resources of Kashmir, the resources of Jammu and Kashmir. The same goes for Gilgit-Baltistan. It's about the resources of Gilgit-Baltistan. That's why the CPEC is being built there. That is why the resources of Gilgit-Baltistan are being used. Chinese workers are being brought in. Gilgit-Baltistan people are getting nothing.
Activists have long raised concerns over the ill treatment of people belonging to Pakistan-administered Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan. They claim the CPEC project has only brought death and destruction for the local people instead of economic opportunities. They also blame that Pakistan is committing war crimes and genocide in Gilgit-Baltistan and Balochistan regions, which are under its illegal occupation.
In news from Afghanistan, the release of Taliban's co-founder Mullah Abdul Ghani Baradar from a Pakistan prison has received mixed reactions in Afghanistan. After having been imprisoned for 8 years, Baradar was freed from prison this week. Taliban confirmed the release in a statement on Thursday.
The release of the co-founder of Taliban, Mullah Abdul Ghani Baradar, from a Pakistan prison has received mixed reactions in Afghanistan. After having been in prison for 8 years, Baradar was freed from prison early this week. A former Taliban member said it was a positive step in terms of facilitating continued talks between Taliban, US and Pakistan. Meanwhile, the government and the High Peace Council did not announce a stance on this release, but the CEO's office expressed optimism about the ongoing efforts on the part of the US for peace in Afghanistan.
پاکستان یا د فشار په نتیجه کې یا د طالبانو سره د امریکا او د طالبانو ترمنځ د حسن نیت په اړه باندې ملا برادر اخون خوشی کو زه فکر کوم دا د سوی لپاره حسن نیت د امریکا طالب او د نورو هیوادونو شي.
هنوز پاکستان راضی نشده که از استراتژی قبلی خود دست برداره و آزاد ساختن از اونها به معنی است که ادامه جنگ. همین رقمی که شهادت جنرال رازق ادامه جنگ است، آزاد ساختن ملا برادرم ادامه جنگ است.
Baradar was a deputy of Mullah Muhammad Omar, the founding leader of the Taliban, whose death was confirmed in October 2016. Mullah Baradar was captured in Pakistan by a team of Pakistan's intelligence agency, ISI, and the US Central Intelligence Agency, or CIA, in February 2010. Taliban had confirmed his release in a statement on Thursday.
More on news from Afghanistan. Voters in Afghanistan have registered more than 13,000 complaints over the parliamentary elections held recently in the country. The absence of voters' lists, lack of biometric devices, and misuse of authority by IEC officials are among the major complaints.
Over 13,000 complaints have been registered by the people across the country through different platforms over the recently held parliamentary elections in Afghanistan. From amongst 13,000 complaints, 7,000 have been registered by Afghanistan's Independent Electoral Complaints Commission, or IECC, 5,000 by local media, and 1,300 complaints by Free and Fair Election Forum of Afghanistan. Poor management, absence of voters list in polling centres, lack of biometric devices, misuse of authority by Independent Election Commission, or IEC, are among the major complaints registered.
تا 15 روز دفاتر ولایتی ما به حیث اولین مرجع رسیدگی به شکایات کار خودشان شروع کرده. تا 15 روز تا آخر 15 روز باز اینا تصامیم ابتدایی خود بر شاکی ها، کسایی که شکایت کردن، بر از اونا اعلان میکنن.
اکثریت ریزلت شیتا را جمع‌آوری کردیم از مراکز محلات و در ضمن ویدیو کلیپ هایی هست که بیانگر تقلب و تخطی در پروسه هست.
This comes a few days after the number of political parties had criticized the IEC over what they call poor management and said that the elections have been riddled with fraud. The IEC said that it has assigned a task team to investigate the fraud claims. According to the IEC, almost 4 million Afghans voted during the 2 days of parliamentary elections in the country. The results are expected to be announced on November 6th.
Devotees on Friday gathered at Sikhs' holiest shrine, the Golden Temple in India's northern Amritsar city, to offer prayers on the occasion of the birth anniversary of their spiritual leader, Guru Ram Das. Sikh devotees marked the special occasion by offering prayers, lighting earthen oil lamps at their holy shrines and distributing sweets every year.
Devotees in India's northern Amritsar city thronged Sikhs' holiest shrine, the Golden Temple, on Friday to offer prayers on the occasion of the birth anniversary of one of their spiritual leaders, Guru Ram Das. Hundreds of devotees took holy dip in the Sarovar, a pond at the shrine, on the auspicious occasion to relieve them of their sins and free them from diseases. Sikh devotees marked the special occasion by offering prayers, lighting earthen oil lamps at Gurudwaras or Sikh shrines and distributing sweets.
बहुत आनंद महसूस हो रहा है जी तकरीबन ਅਸੀਂ ਕੱਲ ਦੇ ਆਏ ਹੋਏ ਆ ਇੱਥੇ ਔਰ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੂਰਾ ਉਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਦੇਖਣ ਵਾਲਾ
ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਕਿ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਣ ਕੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਮਨ ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ਾਂਤੀ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਜੀ ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਦੀ ਮਨ ਦੀ ਇੱਛਾ ਪੂਰੀ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ
On Thursday, the devotees also took part in the colourful procession of singing hymns known as Nagar Kirtan to mark the celebrations. The Sikh community reveres the event since it marks the birth anniversary of their fourth Guru, who is said to have been born in 1534. He is also known to be the founder of the holiest city of Sikhism, Amritsar.
The second edition of Guwahati International Film Festival began on Thursday in India's northeastern Assam province. A collection of 108 films from ASEAN countries would be screened in the week-long film festival.
The second edition of Guwahati International Film Festival began on Thursday in India's northeastern Assam province. The festival opened with the screening of 12-time National Award-winning filmmaker Jammu Barwa's film Bhoga Khirki or Broken Window. The film festival is being organized by the provincial government-owned Jyoti Jitraban Society in association with Dr. Bhupen Hazarika Regional Government Film and Television Institute.
It's a great opportunity to have guests from all over the world to discover Assam and to discover its culture and its films. And let's hope that it will be a way to promote tourism as well.
फिल्म का जो भी उद्देश्य है सारा देश को जोड़ना है सारा दुनिया को जोड़ना है through film making to make the whole world as a family and also to promote the sense of humanity, sense of love and affection, sense of brotherhood. I believe that is the theme of this particular international festival.
Besides the screening of films, the festival would also witness cultural performances, master classes and interactive sessions with the internationally acclaimed experts. The week-long film festival is expected to witness screening of 108 acclaimed films from ASEAN countries. The event will conclude on October 31st.
Top Bollywood designer Manish Malhotras showcased his festive collection on Thursday in India's entertainment capital, Mumbai. The collection was dominated with Indian traditional style of clothing with embellished work of pearls and stones, shimmery designs and the shine of silk. Well, that's all we have for you from South Asia this evening. Now our viewers can watch the show on southasianewsline.com. You can also visit us on facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time next week. Have a great weekend. Good night.